If I have to buy a part to make a correction or a fix for the Mustang, I am not opposed to doing that. However, whenever it comes to ease of that maintenance or fix, repair, remedy that you can come up with, perhaps we should at least attempt it before we just go buy new parts, right? So here's what we're up against. The Mustang suspension in the front is great. It's been doing excellent for 10 years. I've been racing, driving, enjoying the car to its fullest for about 10 years. But there's a few parts that are beginning to show that kind of age. And, you know, the miles aren't easy exactly on this thing. If you follow the channel, you'll know why. Now, what's happening with the Mustang, okay? It sounds absolutely like you're ripping sheet metal apart whenever I go over a curb, speed bump, or whatever the case may be. And I finally narrowed it down, and it is the upper control arms to the Mustang. Now, passenger side is much, much noisier than the driver's side, but the driver's side still makes a little bit of noise. Now, whenever I could take WD-40 and spray it on kind of the bushing at where it's going, it quiets down for about, say, 20 miles of driving. But then it comes right back. Well, clearly WD-40 is not a proper, it is a good lubricant, but it's meant to like break loose like fasteners and stuff like that. It's not a long-term fix for especially something like this problem. Now, what I do have is a grease gun. It's right over there. Buddy bought it for me for some exchange for some work. Love it. I grease the suspension where they have zerks. For the other bushings, everywhere. It's simple. It's great. Love it. Use it. Can't recommend it enough. The Milwaukee one. Milwaukee, sponsor us. It's the Milwaukee one. And you just pull the trigger, does its thing, and you can move on. Now, the upper control arms don't have grease zerks. Now, lucky me, and now lucky you, I found this little kit off of Amazon, and it is a little grease zerk kit where they have several different options, right? So, obviously, we got some SAE straight pieces. These guys, no big deal. Cool. But there are some where they have like, and if you look at the threads, see if I can focus. Anyways, if you look at the threads, we could probably drill and tap for us, because they provide us a little clean out along with a little tap on our little tools and fittings that come with this little kit that I found on Amazon. So this means that we can pull off the control arms and we can put a grease zerk right here, one of these guys, and properly keep those bushings greased up so that we don't look embarrassing going to a car meet or track, going over bumps, and you just hear, I mean, it does actually sound pretty bad. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift the car up, take the wheels off, unbolt the upper control arms, pull them off, and we'll see about taking one of these guys, put them up on the counter, and go to work. Alright, so I have the vehicle with the jack on the car, so when we lift, you hear that noise? That is the controller creaking. Alright, so we got to get this castle nut off, and then we basically have to unbolt it here from the T-bolts that are right there holding the top of the control arm, and then basically that guy comes out. Alright, so basically you get the castle nut off of your ball joint, and then you kind of beat it to the, about an inch of its life so it can come off. And And basically, those are moving. Definitely free moving, no big deal, but I'm thinking it's whenever it has a load or stress that it makes these noises. Oh, that one doesn't move as freely. Yeah. So we're gonna take this one off, grease it. This one, I'm gonna show you why. This one's gonna be much easier than the other one. Because in my infinite wisdom, to help prevent fuel lines from getting caught up in a wheel, I ran them inside of the control arm. So we got to disconnect the fuel line. So these fuel lines are -6. So we have our nice special tool that we don't scuff up or mess up our fittings. There's 2. No fuel leaks, perfect. Alright, so now it's gonna take a 3/4 or 19 millimeter to pull it off. And I'm going to do my best to mark where I have my alignment, because we're probably going to be taking this off. We are going to be taking this off. Let's get this control arm off. Okay. Let's see if it's breaker bar tough. Oh, jeez. Finally got these broken loose, and now we have to remove them completely from the T-bolt. Alright, so now we got these T-bolts loosened up to remove the upper control arm. And then we're going to take it over to our workbench. As soon as I get this threaded off, alright, carefully lift off. Alright, we have the control arm out of the car. We're going to put 2 of these grease zerks, well basically 1 each per little deal right here, so that we have the ability to grease these joints when they start to become a little noisy. Pop little nipples, and that way we can drill a hole so that it will have access gonna have something started there. Look at that. So now, there's one. Alright. Got my little Milwaukee grease gun. I'm gonna attach it. There we go. That is what you call greased. We got some cleanup to do. Nice. Okay, a little better. Alright, before I wipe this off, that worked exceptionally well. Because you can see grease pouring out of all the sides. But there is grease now in these little joints, which will quiet down the operation of these control arms. So time to go ahead and bolt this guy back up to the driver's side, and we got to go get the passenger side so we can kind of do the whole same thing all over again. Already this modification is worth it. All right, let's see how well our marks yeah. Let's go key on, see if we have a fuel leak. We're flowing. 55 psi to the regulator. Looks like we don't have any fuel leaks. Okay. Almost. There we go. Got it. All right. Just like we practiced. Let's give it a shot of grease. Oh. All right. This guy in. That seems to be the hardest part about this, and that's already done. That moves a whole lot easier, being that it's greased. Theoretically, when we let this thing down, let the tires touch, this should be silent. Oh yeah. Oh, it's quiet. Man, that juice was totally worth the squeeze. So the modification that was done was basically we added grease zerks to the top of the control arm joints so that as time goes on, when we use the car, the bushings get dry, we just got to slap on our little grease gun onto the grease zerk, pull of a trigger. We now have freshly lubricated and greased upper control arms. Now, let's see if the lower control arms hang in there. If not, we're just going to do the same modifications to the lower control arms. Simple enough. Just another 4 grease zerks just to kind of tap, drill and tap into, and we'll make sure that all the joints stay lubricated, greased. That way we don't look silly going over speed bumps and other things like that, where it literally was sounding like you were ripping sheet metal apart. So very simple modification. The grease zerk kit that was off Amazon was like 12 bucks. Drill bits, drill, tap, and then your just typical hand tools to disassemble your suspension is all you need for this thing. Took me about 2 hours to do and saved me $380 for new control arms, plus like 60 bucks to have them powder coated black. So super happy with how this came out. Now, hit the like button below, comment what your thoughts are, and if it's your first time here and you want to see more savvy modifications that we're going to do to our little track car to make it live longer, live easier, perform better, go ahead and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys later.